ensuring that we are on schedule.
Last fall, a virtual open meeting was held to outline some of the details on the upcoming construction for the new South Niagara Hospital, which is expected to be completed in the fall of 2026. Joining us now, Chief Planning Director Cliff Harvey. Welcome to The Source, Cliff.
Well, thank you for having me here.
Cliff, exciting news about this. Can we go over some of the details, first of all, of this hospital? WELL certification, what exactly does that mean?
So WELL certification, it's actually a new certification for buildings, and it actually looks at beyond just a building. You might be familiar with sustainable design, which looks at the environment, energy use. This looks at the well-being of the participants, the people inside the hospital. So this will be for patients and family, staff and physicians. And it looks at air quality, it looks at views, it connects connections with nature. It promotes the well-being for the participants in the hospital.
Is this something that a lot of new hospitals across the province, across the country are attaining?
Actually, we'll be the first hospital in Canada to actually attain this. And it is something fairly new to the Canadian market. It is well known in the American market, but particularly around more commercial type facilities, office space.
There's also a public-private partnership, a P3, if we want to call it that. How does that come about here with this construction?
Well, this is actually, so we're obviously a government-funded project, and we're sponsored by Infrastructure Ontario, which is our procurement agency, and they use the P3 model to procure large projects. This was a model that was similarly used at the St. Catharines site. It's a design, build, finance, and maintain, or a DBFM model. And it requires that we actually go out for RFP, which we're planning to do in the fall of this year. And we'll close the following year and award in the summer of 2022. They will be responsible for building the project.
And then fall of 2022 is when shovels will hit the ground?
Yes, that's what we expect. Once the award is made, it's up to the constructor to put the schedule together. But we're expecting to see a lot of activity starting in the fall.
Cliff, 11 stories, 1.25 million square feet. This is going to be bigger than the St. Catharines Hospital.
That is correct. It's going to be quite larger in the sense that it'll have a few more beds, a few more services.
What services will be offered at this one when compared to the St. Catharines Hospital? Because I know there has been a shuffling around in the Niagara Health system of different services between the hospitals.
Yeah, there will be a center of excellence on a number of occasions, and stroke care will be one of them. Another one is we're going to be focused on senior wellness. And this will actually have, for Niagara Health, it'll have all our complex care beds, which will only be located at the South Niagara site. So that will be a specialization for this site.
Going back to that Zoom meeting, did you get a lot of good input from the public? Did people join that meeting and let you know what they thought of some of your plans?
Yes, actually, it was a great meeting, and we really appreciate everybody coming to it. But on top of that, we really appreciate people actually reached out to us. We got a lot of input, a lot of volunteers who want to be part of the project, and we've involved them since that meeting. And we look forward to future participation as well.
What are some of the volunteer opportunities for people?
Community engagement in terms of both the landscape, also just having an understanding of what they're looking for in the hospital. This is important because one of our project goals is patient, family, staff, and physician experience. And so how you experience and use the facility is very important to us, and that's where we get a lot of the input.
Speaking of the environment, the landscape, you have started taking down some of the trees there. How is that process going?
It's going well. We're at an RFP right now for that removal. So that's the first major site work that we're doing. And then we're really excited about it. In fact, we've got a lot of engagement from our partners in the community where we're actually harvesting some of the wood for future use, as well as harvesting some of the oak acorns for future growth trees.
Cliff, thank you for joining us, and some exciting news, an exciting project.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate that.